Only way to do it is really to play against better players, honestly. You play against better players. You take note of how they're fucking you up. Why are you losing to them? You can't anti-air and they're abusing that? Okay. We have an action plan. Let's work on the anti-air. Or maybe they knock you down and your defense is trash. You just panic on defense, you don't know what to do, and they just demolish you. Okay, let's be more mindful when on defense. Let's pick out our options and like really think, okay, this is what I should do. Like actually guess instead of panicking. You know, there's ways to evolve from that point, but you have to want to do it. You have to seek out these players that are better and just get your ass kicked, man. It takes a lot of shit eating. You have to eat a lot of shit in order to improve, to climb that hill. It's not easy, and fuck, it kills your ego. Like your ego has to be gone. You have to understand that you suck at the game and that it's okay, like you're willing to improve. But players with big egos that are stuck in that point, they're the ones that never improve. Their ego's way too fragile to just be able to drop it, and they're just forever shitty, forever bad, forever stuck as a pools monster, you know? Forever stuck as somebody that will go 2-2 in pools, or maybe they're a grenade, they're a landmine in pools. They might beat someone better in pools, but they'll never make it far in a tournament. Those are the players, and there's a lot of them, right? It's difficult to advance out of that because you really do need to drop your ego. That shit needs to be gone, and you need to just be able to truly look at yourself, truly see the areas that you suck at, and actually like have a plan to improve on them. People are already doing that improvement thing in their real life jobs. They don't have enough bandwidth left for the FG hobby. Okay, sure, right? I have a real job too. Bro, I don't just fucking play this game. I'm not a pro gamer, right? Sure, do I make money off the game? Sure. Is this my primary source of income? Absolutely not. I'm with you on that. But guess what? If I'm going to do something, if I'm going to take time out of my day to pick up a hobby, I don't want to be shit at it, right? Maybe that's just me. But if I'm going to do something, I want to do it correctly. And there's nothing better. Like if you pick up a hobby and you really delve into it and you try your best to be the best at it, brother, the satisfaction you get from reaching certain milestones it's amazing. It's indescribable. So that's why I urge everybody that really wants to do this, fuck it, it's possible. It's not easy. It's not fucking easy, but it's very possible. Really want to compete in tournaments at some point, would it be cool? Completely possible. Guess what? Totally possible. It's just up to you. How bad do you want it? Like it depends where your starting point is, right? When I first started playing Street Fighter, it was back in Street Fighter 4. I played on a 360 pad using the analog stick. Ghetto. How old was I when the game came out? Like 17? Some shit like that. But anyways, like ghetto, like the only thing I knew how to do, like I knew how to training mode, and I knew how to like bust out the special moves. And I'd watch some YouTube videos of people doing shit, and I'd just do the cool shit. But I wasn't thinking when I was playing. I was just, like just doing the shit. And I thought I was good, because I'd hop online and I would just run my just mindless fucking set play, and I'd get some wins. And I remember, I hope this is still on YouTube, there are matches of me playing against DSP and him raging. They were hilarious, but that shit, like, it inflated my ego, you know? As a young kid, seeing that shit, like, fuck yeah, I'm so damn good. Like, I thought I was good. And then I showed up to locals, and brother, let me tell you, I got humbled so fucking bad. I got destroyed. I choked up in tournaments so bad. Like, I couldn't fucking do anything. My hand's stiff, like, shit on, absolutely shit on. Bro, the feeling I had afterwards was like fucking extreme sadness, you know? I'm like, fuck. My ego wasn't at a point where it couldn't take a hit like that, but it made me realize, like, just, I'm dog shit at this game. I'm actually dog shit at this game. And ever since then, it lit a fire under my ass, and fuck, I'd just train and train, you know? Every other week there was a tournament, I'd come in, I wouldn't win, I'd get dunked on, but I'd do a little bit better. And fuck, those L's really fueled me, because everybody in the scene that would play against me, they're like, oh, this kid is talented. Like, he's got potential, but he's not there yet. He's not there, you know, he's got a long way to go. Those ass whoopings really, they kind of paved the way. Like, I had to drop my ego, I had to realize I'm not this shit. I'm actually terrible at this game. And throughout that training process, you kind of hit fuck, like, I don't know, this happens in anything in life, but when you're trying to improve at something, sometimes you make huge strides, right? Like you feel like, fuck, you reach a new level, like something clicks and you get it, like, oh shit, I get it. Like, I had several of those moments, but one that I really remember was when I watched Daigo versus John Choi. It was the Ryu mirror, and I honestly had no idea what footsies were. I had no fucking idea, right? I was just doing the thing. I was playing Abel, and if you're close to me, I'm gonna tornado throw you, and if you throw a fireball, I'm gonna ultra it. Like that, there was like no thought process, like no strategy behind it, right? And then I watched this. I was really fucking high when I watched this, and when I'm telling you, like, just watching them play the game was art. Like I just understood it. Like, holy shit, they're pressing buttons with purpose. Like, there's a purpose behind this. They're not just throwing out that crouching medium kick. I saw like Daigo with a crouching medium kick and John Choi swept it. I'm like, fuck, that was mind blowing. Holy shit, he knew that spacing, he knew that range. He walked in that range, he walked out to bait that button, and then he punished it. And then I kind of understood a little bit of what the neutral aspect was, and from there, you know, you just keep adding on to it, keep growing onto it. But we've all been there. We've all been at that point where we're just shit at the game, or maybe decent. But if you really want to improve it and get to like a high level, you have to want it. You have to really want it, you know? That's not just time invested. Sure, there's gonna be time invested, but like purpose behind the time. Like when you're playing the game, not playing it just to fucking kill time, not just to game. You're playing with a purpose. I'm actually trying to improve on something. I'm working on something. This is what I want to work on. And you set goals for yourself. You know, you have to take it more serious, right? It's not just I'm pressing the buttons and I want to do the la la la. Like there's more purpose behind it. Anybody can do it. It's just, do you want to? Renzo, this is loser talk. Don't respect anyone. Everyone sucks. If they beat you, it's like you stick with spirit. I mean, that also works. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's Mama's BJ tacos all over your belly already. Bars. Did Ryan send the invite? Did you ask him? No scene here. I get wrecked online. I've accepted on mass and always will be. Okay. And that's perfectly fine too. If you know you're not good at something, doesn't mean you have to be good at something, right? I'm shit at a lot of things, and I'm okay with it because I don't care about those things, right? I don't care about those things, so I'm okay with being shit at those things. What I'm saying is, if you really care about something, I think you should at least try to be good at it, right? People will always hit plateaus, facts. When you hit a plateau, it's difficult to get out of them, honestly. Plateaus are always reached at anything you try to improve on. There will always be a point where you're stuck. And in order to get out of that plateau, it's going to take way more effort than it did to get up to that point, because those plateaus really test you. Like, speaking like tournament wise, I had a plateau with just keeping composure during tournaments, and it took years to get over that shit. It was very difficult, and it required a lot presence of mind, you know, understanding the why do I get nervous? Why, if I have a lead, why do I throw it? There's a reason why. Am I too scared to lose instead of trying to win? You know, the whole trying not to lose instead of trying to win. It took me a while to kind of figure that out. Like, I had to dig deep inside myself, like what made me, you know? It wasn't just the game, it was you as a human, like your limitations. And in order to get to the top of anything, it's not just being good at the specific thing you're wanting to do, it's being better in general, right? Just as a fucking person. Because that's ultimately what it is. Any competitive thing, any competitive game, at sport, whatever, it's always you versus another person. And that's always going to come down, how much have you worked on, like, yourself, you as a person? Like, your own flaws, your own weaknesses that show up when pressure's on, you know? What are you built of? So there's I think those are the things that are way harder to improve on than just in-game shit. In-game shit, just fucking play it. Like, you suck at anti-air? Okay, focus on, like, not sucking at anti-air. But actually focus on, like, anti-air. Oh, you drop combos? Okay, let's do your combos a bit slower. Like, it's way easier to do that shit than how do I play when the stakes are high at my potential. That's way harder. That's way fucking harder. Because in order to do that, you really have to work on yourself as a person. Not like playing the game more isn't going to help you. It really isn't. It's going to take a lot of understanding. Biggest problem, low self-esteem that kicks in when pressure's high. I'm a new player. So many people I know have played since they were kids. That adds so much pressure, right? So that's something that's not even game related. Like that's more like having higher self-esteem, like having more confidence. Fighting games are very confidence heavy. If your confidence is cracked, it's fragile, that's when you choke in tournament. That's like, fuck. When you start questioning yourself, that's when it's over. It's done. Your whatever tournament match you're on, it's done. Like you have to be fucking ice cold. Like nothing fucking affects you. If you have a game plan and you're gonna execute it and you're confident that if you follow your game plan, you're going to be victorious. Like there's no shakiness in there. There's no like, fuck, what if? If you start thinking of the what ifs, you lost. So obviously that's a lot harder to work on, right? You can't just say like, oh, just get good, scrub. Like that's like more mental. But that comes after, actually seeing improvement in the game yourself. And like that is more game related because like you do see improvement in the game. You do see like, holy shit, I'm good. You ever have that imposter syndrome, like you actually feel that you're good because you're beating people. Yeah, a lot of it's some people have like more shakier confidence than others. Obviously, that translates to everything you do. Even if you start wanting to compete in Street Fighter, like it translates into everything. Like when I play against somebody, I gather a lot of information about them, and when I play against somebody that I know has like shaky confidence, I abuse that because I know that if I turn on the pressure, they're going to crack. And these are players that otherwise, if they had confidence, would make it far in tournaments, but they don't. Once you're at a certain level in the game, the mental is huge. You have to be fucking solid, not just in the game, but your mental as well. And that's why you see like a lot of the same players do well in tournaments, is because a lot of that is their mental. They're just fucking great training players. They're great competitors. Got a decent level in another hobby, but when everything shut down in 2020, I lost confidence and never got back to it. That sucks. I mean, hopefully, you pick something else up that, I don't know. I feel like living your life without really being passionate about something sounds really fucking boring. Like so monotonous. What is your life? It's literally pure monotony. You're just living to live. You're just living to survive another fucking day. Like, it doesn't have to be Street Fighter, just anything really. Try to be great at something. Like for me, my outlets, they change from time to time. I don't know. Like I'll pick up different shit from time to time and like get super into it. But when I start doing something, I get like obsessive over it, I don't just casually do shit. I'm obsessive over things. And I think that mindset does help out when competing at things, right? Because I feel like you do have to be very obsessive in order to try to be the best at something. Because otherwise, why the fuck would you care? I'm doing the button, I'm having fun, and that's all good for me. I built my confidence in other comp games, but when I couldn't even do a quarter circle forward input, it all crumbled. And inputs in this game are hard, man. They're hard. People forget, like people that play this game a lot, they forget how difficult it was when you started. I was doing, inputs as a kid in arcade cabinets. And that, dude, just getting a Hadouken out, fuck, I felt great. I would put quarters in the arcade cabinet just so I can get a Hadouken out, For me, that was a game. I was having fun doing that. Like, if I could do the special move, like, fuck, I'm winning. That's just not easy. It is not easy. Everybody starts there. Everybody starts there. Don't tie your self-worth to your hobbies. You can be bad at Street Fighter and still be good in person with value. Don't like the game. Yeah, be honest with yourself. If you're playing to play or you're playing with a mindset to improve or actually trying to figure out why you lose, your self-worth shouldn't be tied to how good you are at a thing, right? I feel like that's how people get really fragile egos, because if they admit to themselves that they need improvement or they're bad at something, in their mind it tells them that they're just not a valuable person. They have no value as a person, right? Because that's where their value's tied to, is the thing they do. I'm not good at this thing, I need to improve at this thing, so that means I'm a shit person, So that ties itself to fragile ego. So obviously just being able to separate those is very important. And yeah, just being honest with yourself, like, do I want to improve at this game? Do I want to be good? You don't have to, man. You can just play to do the fucking Hadouken. That's just fun too. Me, obviously, my perspective is coming from somebody that gets highly competitive, right? Highly competitive. So for me, just doing something without trying to at least be decent at it, like I'm not a big fan of, but I completely fucking understand, man. If you're already investing a lot of time in the game, that's my argument. If you're already investing a lot of time in the game, why not? Why not, right? What's your excuse? If you're already putting in the time, if you just put in some effort behind that time, it would improve your overall experience with this hobby. Girlfriend says she will break up with you if you're not mastered by the end of the month. Full butt. If we run to each other in rank, and this is your rank up opportunity, I'll gatekeep the fuck out of you. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna give it nuts. Don't gatekeep love. Okay, when you said like, yeah, I guess it makes sense. Took a break for a week and felt so bad. Brother, I didn't play this game for like 2 days. Forgot like a week or two ago. Honestly, like I felt lost. I forgot how to do anything. Like it's crazy. I've been playing fighting games for so long, but this game is just so demanding. It is very demanding. And it's also very new where not everything's built into muscle memory. So yeah, this game can be very difficult if you take breaks. Chat reflects their streamers like dogs reflect cameras.